What's up, Descendants? Today you will log in to your 1.0.7 update. Let's take a look at the patch notes. So it's for all platforms, obviously, and the first thing we're going to talk about is content improvements. If you do not select abort or continue during an interim review in the special operations, abort will be selected automatically. And I guess this is just trying to stop the AFKers that are just trying to leech onto people during special operations. They've lowered the difficulty of mechanics in the hard intercept battle Frostwalker, which I know that was a bit of a barrier for people, but I don't really understand why they've lowered it. I think as long as you grinded, everyone would have get, more powerful and you would have been okay. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. I'm not really a fan of content being made easier, especially when, we can definitely just grind a little bit more and get to where we need to. So this is what they've made though. This is the changes. So destroying the frenzied parts will now generate 2 embers, which obviously is part of the mechanics. Increased the maximum threshold of the frenzy gauge, reducing the number of times the Colossus will become frenzied. Which obviously makes it easier for people to kind of get around the mechanics, right? You can now kill him easier without even getting to the frenzied state. When using slug shots to the frenzied Colossus, its leg movement will be reduced, making it easier to aim at the weak points. So giving shotguns a bit of a advantage there, but they are pretty crippled in the game anyway. But I suppose that does help a little bit. Characters will no longer receive damage when they're in hazardous area once the void intercept battle ends. That is absolutely phenomenal. We've needed this since the game launched, rather than just sitting around and waiting for it to disappear. When Molten Fortress is defeated, it's the same thing as well, and the same with Swamp Walker. The restart function of the Void Intercept battles, special operations, and the infiltration operations is now separated into 2 types. Start with the current squad and restart mission, so that's kind of good, giving the option to stay with people that if you had a really good run. And the time available for that is also 60 seconds. The display animation for the amorphous materials when using a reconstructing device has been simplified, letting you quickly check the materials, which is great. You're kind of in and out the menus trying to figure out where you can use things, so that should be much better. Then we've got field changes. So in Echo Swamp, the void fragments monsters now spawn faster. Maybe that's a better farming area now. We'll have to check that out. The HP of monsters in the void fusion reactors has been reduced, and they will now drop more ammo. So they made them easier, but the ammo change was definitely needed. If you stacked up a few, which most people did, to go there, you would often find yourself running out of ammo, which was not great. The battle pass. We've identified an issue where the requirements for the battle pass week 6 challenge, would it hurt more if my rifle fired harder, were not met retroactively. We changed the requirements to enhanced rifle and reinforcement to level 3. Alright, great. I never noticed that. I don't pay too much attention to my battle pass now it's complete. They've reduced the difficulty of the weekly challenges for battle pass week 7 and 8, also increasing the amount of reward XP and supply coins. That's cool, because I would like to use the supply coins to get all of this season's or pre-season's items before they move on, I assume, in season 1. Then we've got some UI changes. When selecting all additional options in hard infiltration operations, all the options will remain selected if you change the additional options. I mean, that's fine. It's a bit of a... I'm not really sure what that sentence is trying to say, but I guess, any changes that are to make managing the UI better are definitely needed. There's like a back button definitely needed in some of the other parts of the UI. It takes you 2 steps back and it just becomes really annoying. So hopefully that's going to come soon. Grappling hook disabled and jump disabled from the list of additional options that can be selected in the hard infiltration has been removed. That would make traversing incredibly hard in some of the missions, so I'm glad that's gone. You can now check the tooltip of the amorphous material icons in the change selectable reward screen. That's great because you have to kind of select it and then hover over them to check your rewards before you started. Tooltips for equipment now shows up faster. Equipment options tiers are now displayed on the icon. That's great. Set effects of external components are now displayed on the icon. Great. More stuff where we can just kind of see much quicker. In the module acquisition info, you can now check whether a module can be acquired via combining. Oh, that's really good. Rather than just guessing or getting, you know, the ones we found on like Reddit and the YouTube. The modules that can only be required by combining are hardline suppression, shot focus, and shield collector. Also, there's only them 3. That's nowhere near as many as I thought. So that's interesting. In the module acquisition info, you can now check whether a module can be acquired via combining the modules. Oh, the same thing again. They put it in twice. In the consumable menu of the library, you can now see the amount of consumables that you have. Okay, great. When receiving all lost and found items, if there's not enough inventory space, you can now only receive in according to the remaining space. Great. That is absolutely a great addition. It was so rubbish that just because one area was full, you couldn't collect the rest. When the unique abilities of an ultimate weapon permanently change the weapon's default performance, you can now check the changes on the basic info screen. That's great. One less menu to go into again. Then we've got Descendant changes. Fix the amount of recovery displayed on the skill tooltip for Eugen so that it matches the improvements made to his recovery amount in hotfix 106. By overhauling the formula of Eugen's recovery skill, the amount of recovery has been slightly increased for skill level 4. I mean, this Descendant, although he's great in practice, just doesn't seem practical at all, so any improvements is good to hear. You can now gain weapon proficiency when you defeat an enemy with a unique weapon, e.g. Luna's stage presence. Okay, that's great. You can now acquire Luna's noise surge modification module in the hard intercept battle executioner. That's definitely easier to get. And then miscellaneous, the fixed AMD frame rate generation for consoles. They've also changed support droid to support drone. Okay, that's great. Then we've got a whole more bunch of UI fixes. Holy moly, there is a lot to go on. So let's get through this as quick as we can. This video is already long enough. Fix an issue where applying a filter at the lab and re-entering the menu caused the filter not to be applied. Console, they've fixed an issue with the Peacemaker did not show up. They've also fixed an issue with the fire, chill, and electric with auto suggestions for Descendant modules. Also filtered other attributes. So that's fine. So then Descendants, they fixed an issue where Bunny's Thrill Bomb skill did not hit nearby enemies when she equipped high voltage. That's interesting. I never noticed that. Using Bunny a lot. Fixed an issue where Luna's dance while holding her gun, she would use an enhanced skill with the noise surge module. They fixed an issue where Luna's facial graphics were intermittently rendered incorrectly. Fixed an issue where Sharon could cancel her skill, mouse right clicking or control left clicking, even after she fired her flash short sword during the skill ending motions. I wonder if that would give you infinite usage, but we'll never know now. Let me know in the comments down below if you did know. Fixed an issue where equipping a ranged module would not change the skill description for Ultimate Lepic. Fixed an issue where equipping a ranged module would not expand the traction grenade for Lepic also. So then we've got equipment modules. Fixed an issue where the display of firearm critical hit rate was switched with firearm critical hit rate in the 4-piece set tooltip for the Acrobat set effects. Other languages, they fixed an issue with the tooltip for spiral tidal wave. Okay, that's fine. They've also fixed an issue with intercept battles where 2 players could remove parts at the same time using the mid-air maneuvering module. Okay, didn't know that, but that's good. They've fixed an issue with the support drone in Echo Swamp Outpost did not function correctly. They've also fixed an issue with the Void Fragment Rewards that let you receive all 4 kinds of shards. Whoa! And that's been changed from 4-3-3-3 now to 3-3. Oh, so it's only 1, so not. So we still get all shards, just, you know, 3 of each. Okay. Fix an issue in the laboratory where effects activated when defeating an enemy could still occur even when the Vulgus invincibility was enabled. Okay, that's kind of cool. They fixed an issue where being tasked with the collection of the fortress infiltration operations, the quarantine zone, and the heart of the fortress with a 4-party member could immediately cause the champion monster not to spawn. That would be annoying. Increase the monster kill score for the infiltration operation, the Haven. That's great because it was impossible to get a really high score on that. Fix an issue with the infiltration operation unknown laboratory where a player reaching the no resurrection zone, could advance, could cause other players not to be teleported. And then also fix an issue where melee enemy would intermittently stop moving and not pursue players. That would have been a nice advantage. And then on PC, they fixed an issue where certain skills would glitch the screen when using NVIDIA Reflex Boost mode. We've also got a Guess Who. The new Descendant is armed with Cold Fury and ready to strike. What do you think is her greatest strategy? It looks like a huge rocket launcher here. So let me know your thoughts on who this might be. Definitely interested to know in the comments down below. I think this is a new Descendant, right? So, yep, definitely interested to see this. And obviously, this probably will be coming next month, so only a few weeks away. The way they've got the content rolling out is definitely, you know, great. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about who this is and what you think about the patch. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really would appreciate a like. If we can hit 100 likes on the video, that would be great. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.